So I just wanted to talk about my pure vol strategy. Now, this is a strategy that you get in the Discord community. So we just have layers and layers of great stuff, charting packages, systems, you name it, it's in there, incredible research. And so the pure vol strategy kind of toggles from being either short volatility or long the market to being in a safety position. So something like a gold or even cash could be a safety position. So recently, of course, we had high levels of worry out there in the VIX and many fear gauges, the move index, so, the rates volatility. So a lot of different things, right? So just a reminder, everyone, of the disclaimer. So anything we talk about today is for educational, entertainment, and information purposes only. But what you need to do is you need to pivot. So the gold trade, we've seen gold come off very sharply, a couple $100 in the last week and a bit since the election and since pre-election. So it's giving it up. But in my view, it's just another fear. It's another fear gauge type asset, right? I think it still has potential to head up towards 3,000 for the same reasons that everything Bitcoin could go up, M2 money supply expanding, everything, all kinds of ridiculous fiat assault on fiat currencies, you name it, all the same sort of arguments that really I don't think are going to go away. But you've got to pivot once in a while. So we were in GLD when it was in the 30s. No, in the 245. We got in at 245. Then we got out. We have these risk gauges that we look at. And we got into gold at 245. Then we got out at 253. We went to cash, right? So then we went into SVXY, which is going back into long a product that is short volatility. SVXY is a half exposure to short volatility. SVIX is the full exposure. So into there, out of gold, so meaning out of the fear index, back into risk on, in essence, right? Similar to being long stocks, but it takes advantage of a big reset in volatility. So when the VIX went from 20 to 15, that product did really, really well. SVIX did even better. We had some upside calls in SVIX that I think we made 250 times our money, or 250% on our money. So it was a great call as well. So this is one of those strategies we have in here. So then, since we got out of gold at 253, yes, it did go a little bit higher, but you can't always pick the highs and lows. Now it's down at 239.67, so $14 lower. And the SVXY that we got in an average of about 47 is up to, I think, 51. So incredible turn of events there that I get indicators from my risk gauges and the things that I look at. And these are also things that inform our other strategies. So when you're income harvesting, when you're selling covered calls, when you're selling cash secured puts, these are the things I believe those are great strategies, but they come with risk, right? These are asymmetrical profit profiles to it. You can sell a put for $5 and it could be worth $50. And you've got a problem on your hands potentially. I mean, maybe you just own the stock, but you are looking at something that has that asymmetrical risk that can work against you. So what's the verdict? Well, the verdict is, people tout these 95% win rates, completely meaningless in the option selling game. Completely meaningless. 95% win rate, you might still be losing money over time because the 5% of the time that you didn't win, you might give back all of that and then some. Seriously, that is really, really possible. And that's how a lot of people get disenchanted with the game of option selling. They get into it and they have they have a good run and they go, hey, this is easy. Why haven't I been doing this for the last 20 years? And then they get completely destroyed. Well, these are some of the strategies that I use, some of the risk gauges, because I manage $1 billion in these kinds of strategies over the last almost 3 decades. You have to have some sort of risk management. Now, that doesn't mean that I don't occasionally get a position wrong. I'm not infallible. I'm not Nostradamus. I don't know where things are going to go. But what I do know is that when things get to a certain level of fear, there is a fairly good chance that things are going to get worse at some point. They may not, but they may get worse. And you want to extract yourself from risky positions when we get into those 2020 situations, those 2008 global financial crisis situations, the dot-com situation. I've been through all those. Half the people out there have traded the last year in a bull market. I have seen some hellish periods, and I do not want to be involved heavily in those. Am I going to get a little hurt on some long positions? Yes, but I want to have signals that get me out of positions where I'm going to get run over by a Mack truck and then spend the next 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 years getting out of that hole. So you need to look at option harvesting as something that is fantastic, but that needs guardrails, needs rules, needs ways to keep you in your lane and out of that emotional state and in that sort of sensible state that you need to be in over time. Again, does that mean always getting things? No, avoiding the big piles of you know what that you don't want to step in too many times, because those are the account destroyers. The wins are great. The things that hurt you over time are the account destroying type trades, and you want to stay away from those as much as possible. So this turned into a really big promo here, but I just wanted to show you this kind of cool product that is really working, and one of these features that you just get with the community. Nobody offers this. So come check it out. Be going up over time because I don't want too many people in this. I get too many people, I get too many questions, I get too much going on, which I'm happy to service within reason, but I don't need 200 people in there. So come check it out. We're having lots of fun. Incredible weeks over the last couple of weeks. We're killing it, absolutely killing it. No guarantee that that will continue, but things have been good, and we always try to understand what we're doing, and we understand the upside, we understand the downside. We don't just follow alerts blindly and hope for the best. This is not an alert service where I just want you to do things blindly. I want you to kind of understand, follow along, get it, learn to fish yourself. That's my goal here. See you in the next video.